TikTok has a lot of problems. Arguably, the most problematic being the transing of kids that comes from TikTok videos. But there's also the endless scrolling that dulls our brains, the obsessive consumer habits created from TikTok Shop. I could literally go on, but there is a new problem arising from TikTok. Migrants are learning and sharing the best ways to travel across the southern border and get into America.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
60 Minutes kind of like feigned interest in the border crisis, and they uncovered that people are giving information on border crossings and where to cross via TikTok. Of course, it makes me wonder, as a normal person, whether there are psychological operations or psyops happening on TikTok in front of our eyes and we just don't know it. Like, TikTok operates in different ways depending on what country you're in. So what country is creating and distributing these TikToks? I don't know. I know we immediately want to make China the enemy, but China doesn't use TikTok for creators like they do in the U.S. They use it to make their kids smarter and as a learning tool. So I wouldn't be surprised if China was sharing this information with criminals, but I want to watch the videos so you can see the kind of families that are there and surrendering to Border Patrol. So let's watch.
We wondered how all of these migrants knew about this particular entryway into California. The answer was in their hands.
TikTok.
Oh, you learned on TikTok.
Oh, you're learning how to cross the border on TikTok. Great.
TikTok is a social media platform created in China. The post we found had step-by-step instructions for hiring smugglers and detailed directions to that hole we visited. We were struck by just how orderly and routine it all seemed. The migrants walked about a half-mile down a dirt road and waited in line for U.S. Border Patrol to arrive so they could surrender.
So this is what I'm talking about how it just seems very concerning that this is some sort of psyop happening right in front of our eyes, but at the same time, there's no way it's being distributed in the U.S. It's got to be distributed in some other country, but I really doubt that it's China, because look at these families. So I just want to know who is doing this, who is putting this video content out. I want to know, because they're profiting off of it. I'd assume it was the Mexican cartels that created these videos so they can lure migrants in. I mean, I think cartels are generally thought of like kind of stupid vigilantes, but these people are a lot smarter than we give them credit for. They may come across, like I said, as vigilantes, but they're tactical vigilantes who are most interested in making money and smuggling drugs to make money. And there are some comments I want to get into that I saw that I was like, oh, that's good. That's thoughtful. I don't usually get a lot of thoughtful comments, but this one struck me as thoughtful. It said, they're using TikTok because it's what exists. We get rid of TikTok and another app will be used. Why not other social media apps? Why TikTok? I think it's because the Chinese government and very left-wing actors hold the control of TikTok. This behavior, this video, would not be permissible on X or Facebook. Those companies are at the whims of the American government. But TikTok, for all the pretending they do that they're a U.S. ally, they're not. And they'll happily leave content on there that teaches people how to illegally enter the U.S. Because I was most recently banned from TikTok Live for talking about a story wherein a Montana family lost custody of their daughter because the daughter wanted to be a boy. And TikTok will ban my opinions on that story, but not instructional videos about how to get smuggled into the country illegally.
Oh, well, I suppose they know what they're doing.
I gotta say, I don't believe that this is a social media problem as much as a TikTok problem.